Hello, hello. Welcome back to part two. I have taken this kaleidoscope cane down to about 3.5 inches. I went ahead and cut off the ends to tidy it up. And so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to cut it in half. I'm sitting off to the side because if I sit in front of it, I get a shadow. I'm trying to get the most light that I can. The light on top of my desk, I haven't been able to use because it keeps tripping the breaker. So I don't know what's going on really. So I just haven't been using it. That is not even down the middle. I guess if I didn't have a cigarette in my hand, that would help, right? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to match these up. And look, I'm like an eighth of an inch off. That's okay. I'm going to figure out which way I like it. Do I want this to be the middle? Now these triangles, well now it's a diamond shape, are going to be, this whole thing is going to be turned into a square after this. So I'm thinking I like it like that. Let me look one more time. I could have the purple be the middle. I don't know. I think I'm going to keep it like this because I just like the pink and purple so much. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim this off because it's much easier if everything lines up. If something's a little off, it's okay, but it just makes it harder. If you have everything lined up, it seems to go a little better. Let me trim this down. My blade's a little wonky. I didn't quite get it, but that's close enough. I'll put that in the scrap pile. Look at the scrap pile, you guys. That is a good scrap pile. I'm going to get some beautiful Natasha beads from those scraps. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to finagle this into a square, and I'm going to do that just by starting to push it, and it will turn into a square eventually. And I'm also going to be reducing it at the same time. Trying to remember how to exactly get this into a square. I haven't made one of these in so long. Oh my goodness. I think I just need to start pushing in the points. Oops. Oh, my nail just dug into there. That has never happened before. I just made a huge gash from my thumbnail. Ay, ay, ay. It won't matter, I don't think, but yeah, this clay is a little stiff right now. It's starting to go more into a square though. I'm just going to push the triangles and try to just manipulate everything. Polymer clay is very forgiving, and when you make a mistake, don't get frustrated because there's always a fix. At least 95% of the time, I would say there's a fix. Some things you can't fix, but then you can use the clay for something else. So, nothing is ever lost. And don't forget, you are always the boss of the clay. The clay is not the boss of you. So, that being said, I'm going to boss this little thing into a square. And it's getting there. Looking pretty good. So I'm going to go off screen and come back when this is a square. And it's almost at a square now. I'm going to even it up and I'll be back. Okay, so I decided I need to wrap this in something because I want I'm going to cut this again and butt it up together, and I want there to be a little definition in between. You'll see what I mean. So I'm going to wrap this. I rolled this orange clay out to pretty thin, as thin as I could get it without it all sticking to itself. This clay in the summer is a lot harder to, well, I don't want to say it's harder to work with, but it is stickier in the summer, which makes it easier to condition, but in the winter things don't stick so bad. Okay, I'm just going to wrap this. Pretty sure I have, yeah, I have enough. Get it on there straight. Oh, I think I have enough. I'll make it enough. How about that? And I will cut it. Ay, ay, ay. And there we go. And I'm just going to reduce it just a little more. I can see a lot of air bubbles in here. We do not want air bubbles. So I will just see, you can see that air bubble. I'll poke it, slice it, get rid of the air bubbles. They're all over because my square, it's not flat on all the sides. On the side, like in the middle, there's an indentation. So that's when I put the sheet on, I trapped air. So I'm just gonna slide the air bubbles out the ends. Okay, I'm going to cut this in half and see what we have. Excuse me. Yeah, these air bubbles. I should have been a little more careful. I have a lot of air pockets. That's not good. Okay, let's see. Let me try to cut this down the center this time. I always have trouble doing this. Okay. I can see why I have so many air bubbles. Okay, now I have to figure out, do I want it like that? You know what? I'm going to go ahead and cut these one more time and get a full kaleidoscope effect, because I was going to take it, reduce it some more. These are very thin, but that's okay. I've been doing this long enough, I can deal with it. I don't recommend having such thin pieces, because when you go to reduce, it's a lot harder. So this is what we have. Very pretty. I can have it like, this one's taller than the rest. That one's shorter than the rest. I can have it like that. Look how pretty that's turning out, you guys. I like this. I like this a lot. Or I can have it go like this. I think I like the other way better. I think I do. Let's see. You know what? I'm gonna even this one out. Now I'm sure I made it too short. Okay, look, there's a big air pocket right there. I don't know if you can see, but it's a big empty space. That's what happens when you don't get air pockets out. You end up with a big divot. Now I made it too short. I don't know what's wrong with this guy. He just ended up small man out. I'm just going to try to stretch him back into shape. These are so big. Well, no wonder this is an end piece. If I take that off, though, I'm really going to end up with a small piece. I'm going to take part of it off, I guess. This clay is so soft. So soft. That means this one needs taking down too. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. I didn't plan this out too well, but it is what it is, and I promise you it will end up just fine. This is so crooked. What in the hay is going on? Okay, let me try to get these bad boys into shape. Where was I? Where was I? Okay, I got those two. See, if I wouldn't have put the orange on, I wouldn't have a separation going down there, but I wanted the separation. I didn't want everything butting up to each other. This one, this one, this one, this one. Let's see. So crooked. So crooked. This one's too big. That other one's too small. What is really going on? Okay, let me see if I can maneuver these guys in. I don't like how this one's looking either. Trying to get the middle looking good, and just have to fiddle with these things and smush and stretch until this is going to be so hard to reduce, because look at how thin that edge is. This is not going to be easy. So I'm going to go away and try to get this into about that size of a square, and I will be back. Okay, so we went from this to this to this, and this is what I ended up with. I think it turned out really pretty. And that's how much thicker the sides are. I have cut off the ends, which I've added to the scrap pile. And I will make something out of this, a piece of jewelry, of course. And when I decide what I'm going to do with it, I will make another tutorial or watch along, because I'm not really teaching. I mean, I tell you what I'm doing, but anyway, so thanks for being here, and I look forward to seeing you real soon. I'm going to do something with these scraps next. So have a great night or day, whatever part of the world you're in, and I will see you soon.